Hi, this is Koiro with another video for you, and this time it's also a very old kind of laptop computer that will be featured. And this is my Toshiba 3200 computer, and we saw in an earlier video about the 3100 computer in this series, and this is of not exactly the same vintage, but about the same vintage. This is a larger computer, and as we will see when we open the lid, its main difference is that it does have a numeric keypad. And this computer also has some more room for expansion. This one has a TBK modem. Back in the day in Norway, it was only the Norwegian Televerket and their subsidiary TBK that first sold modem, because everyone had to be specially made or specially branded or tested specifically and certified to use on the Norwegian telecom network. And this one has two expansion slots. The first one, as I said, it already contains a modem. And this slot has an opening in it. That means that somebody probably at some time has been inside this computer. I can give you some close-ups. And it opens with two flaps, not just one, like the 3100. And it do have the same electrolytic smell to it, and the control lights looks about the same. I think the display is about the same. But as I said, this has a numeric keypad that the other one was lacking. If we look on the sides of this, on this side you have the expansion slots. On this you have the power supply, and this is a Norwegian adapted power supply, as we can see, with the Norwegian NEMCO sign for certification. And this flap here is either broken or someone has been inside and is not fully put together. I'm not sure. You have the CRT. This is CGA or EGA. I am not sure on this computer. You have the floppy drive selector. You have some more dip switches. You have a printer connector, and you have a serial connector. And on this side you don't have a keyboard interface. It's blocked out. But you do have a high density floppy drive 1.44 and the adjustments through for the display. And that's really everything there is to it. I do have some serial numbers and other stuff in here, but it does not tell me much. And this computer here, I actually don't remember the history of this computer. This computer have been with me for many years, but I'm really not sure how I get hold of it. So I can't remember this computer's origin, so I don't know if I ever seen this computer working or not. I do see that it has been heavily used. The keyboard is showing some wear and tear. Otherwise the machine looks in pretty good condition, and there is no plastic parts missing and so on. And as I said, I don't know if this machine was actually working when I got hold of it, but I can't ever remember having put power on this machine. So that's what we will be doing now. So please cover your ears if there will be some loud bang on this. I turn off the knob, I plug in power, and I turn it on. Here we just go through some of the facts for the Toshiba 3200 computer that's featured in this video. And this is a computer that's featured much on internet. So it's been a popular device, and also it has been a sturdy and solid device that has survived until today. So there are a lot of these computers out there, it seems like. And the machine is a 286 with the 12 MHz CPU, and it has 1 MB RAM as standard, with a max 4 megabyte on board without using any of the expansion slots. And this computer actually supports the LIM standard that back in the day was short for Lotus, Intel, Microsoft, and it was a standard for EMS and extended memory where you used a 64K block of memory to use memory above 1 megabyte. The hard drive in this machine is a 40 megabyte drive, and some of the newer machines used an 80 megabyte drive. And this drive is almost always a Connor drive, but I do have seen some Seagate drive, but that might be aftermarket. The display is the same probably as in the 3100, but here it's standard EGA graphics and not some abbreviation of CGA. And the machine, as we stated, it has a built-in numeric keyboard that makes this very suitable for business use. And the machine was released in 1987, but probably was not sold in any volume until 88-89. And the machine, they state in the user manual that this has a proprietary modem slot, but I do think that this is an almost complete XT 8-bit ISA slot. There also is a 16-bit slot in this machine, and it seems like the signals is almost exactly a copy of the normal AT bus, so I think this will run with standard adapter cards. And this machine weighs 8.6 kilograms, so it's quite the heavy stuff. Service manuals for most Toshiba models are available online. This machine is very good covered, and the manuals of Toshiba machines is really good. It's not the best, but they are more than adequate, and they do contain all the information you need to repair these machines. Short for the features of this disk, I've just listed it here, and this is from the user manual. And they state that this display can show up to 720 horizontal pixels, and that might be true because the display gets narrower when you load DOS on it. Yeah, and otherwise it's just the LEDs and the caps lock and CRT, disk in use, power LED, keyboard, caps lock, and you have the handle that's an extension in the front of this machine. The T3200 have the handle in the back. Same with some other models from Toshiba. And here are some of Toshiba's original sales pitch for this machine. And they say that in the world of PC, bigger isn't always better. And Toshiba proves it again with the Toshiba 3200. And that's quite something because this machine is really big. But the Toshiba was a lightweight machine if you compare it with the competition back then. I do stated earlier that the printer port also can act as an external floppy disk connector, and it was the switch on the back where you had X and you had A and B, and that's where you select floppy drive to be in use. And if this is stated as external, you can see here, then it's the signals on this side that will be given out to the PRT port. Otherwise it will be a standard parallel port. And behold, it starts, and I will see if there is some light. We do have some lines on the screen, and we have some CMOS error. I do have to turn off the overhead lights to make the screen visible, and we probably will have some flickering on the screen. Yes, it's pretty bad. But this states error in CMOS, bad battery, bad checksum, and bad everything. Default setup will be set into CMOS memory. New memory test. This machine has 1 megabyte of memory. It boots from the hard disk, and this is an EGA device, and it starts DOS with the EGA keyboard drivers. Sorry for the bad light, but you can't see this very good, and you do have some plasma fault on this screen, these two lines here. And this is a version 5 MS-DOS. That means that This machine was in use, or at least was reinstalled some way in the 90s. If I try to see what's on this, I do have a directory that's called spill or games. We do have, I don't know what this is, antics and antics. My name is Cairo. What speed? Okay, some bunching balls. Yeah. With the terrible screen resolutions that's here now, I will not even try to use this further. See what more. CP. Caterpillar, that's a snake kind of game, I think. Yes. But at least it's the machine seems to be working. Keyboard seems to be working really nice. Yeah, and it's Norton Commander on this. But I won't bore you more with this, since the quality of the screenshot is so bad. I do want to take another power cycle on this machine to see if it works after a power down. It says the same, that it's bad checksum and it will be loaded with the default values. And this machine also has a battery and it also smells electrolytic, so I will have to check out this machine and remove battery or replace them or some electrolytic capacitors. And this machine, as it said, it was running on a EGA monitor. I don't know if it works with an external EGA monitor for default, or you have to turn some switches. But that's it for this short introduction to my Toshiba 3200. And as I've stated before with some of these machines, it's really amazing that these machines work out of the box. This machine, I know for sure, has not been started. Yeah, I've had it stored down here in my bunker for 10 years, and I had it stored for maybe 10 years before that up in my attic and other storage functions. So this machine has at least been standing for 20 years without being powered on, and that it actually starts without even some small unexpected hiccup. It's really amazing. So that's it for this short episode. Hit subscribe if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And do hit the like button if you do enjoy the contents, or make a comment below if you want me to change something or you want some other content. Hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.